We've spoken here many times before about Master Cheng Yen, a Taiwanese nun who established the Tzu Foundation, which has become a worldwide relief organization. I think I heard her online, but I heard her give a talk once about the founding of it. It didn't start with 1 million volunteers like it has now. It started in the 1960s, and the experience was that, as I recall hearing the story, is that she was at a hospital, and a poor woman, and her husband came in. She was pregnant and was hemorrhaging and needed immediate attention. And because they were poor and they had no money, the hospital refused them. There was a pool of blood on the floor of that hospital. And looking into that pool of blood, Master Cheng Yen said, something has to be done about this. And so she began to organize housewives, 1960s Taiwanese housewives, to save a few pennies, a few coins from their weekly grocery money, to collect to begin to build a hospital for poor people that anyone could come and get service to. So that was 40, almost 50, I guess 50 years ago now. They have hospitals all over Taiwan. They provide relief service all over the world. And in the story, she was talking about how she had, she had been a practitioner from a young age, kind of spontaneously drawn to spiritual practice. But she said that she could never quite figure out this Kuan Yin figure of a being with 1,000 arms. Like, how could that work practically? And she said she came to realize that it wasn't necessarily some supernatural being with 1,000 arms, but more like 500 human beings coming together, 2 arms apiece, working together to create something helpful for others. So I've really been thinking about that as I read about people's responses to COVID-19, how people are coming together to do what needs to be done to care for other people. On the discussion that we had over Zoom at the end of our Sharing the Dharma Day on Sunday, one of the people talked about how her sister is a nurse in a major city. And what she does is that her sister comes home from work every day and calls this person, this Dharma practitioner, and just unloads. She said, I just let her talk. That's how I share. I listen to my sister. I support her as I can. This is what I'm doing right now. Another woman on the call is, as I understand her job, she's one of the people that is an intake person when people come into the hospital. So she signs them in, checks them in. She says, the thing that I'm offering is that I get up and go to work every day. That's how I do my work. So I've been chanting in my office over there, since my office mate isn't there. It's been kind of silent. I've been thinking a lot about trying to arise as Chenrezig and what I would offer to people. So the precedent was set some years ago when Venerable Jenker came and shared her chant as her Bodhisattva Breakfast Corner talk. So I'd like to chant for you. And this is who I really want to chant to. I'm thinking particularly of the people who are in the hospitals, not just the doctors and the nurses, but the techs, the people who are welcoming people to come in the front door, the people who clean up, the people who are delivering food, then the people like our Dharma friend who are listening to their sisters, listening to their whatevers. And so I'm just offering this chant really as a lullaby as much as I can for those people. So if you'll bear with me, I'll just do it. So again, this is like coming from the place of trying to generate as Chenrezig, because that much compassion, I think, is what's required of us right now. And I, as a normal, ordinary human being, don't have it. But if I can arise as the Buddha, no problem. With 1,000 arms I rise and smile. I reach for you. With 1,000 eyes I know and feel what you're going through. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. She who hears the cries of the world, hears your troubled voice, and knows your fierce, compassionate heart that makes you have no choice. Wherever you see suffering, you will try to ease their pain. And when your efforts falter, you rise up and try again. So embraced in 1,000 arms, you can cry. Let flow your grief. Then let compassion's nectar refill you with relief. Remember, it's all just like an illusion. Let wisdom bring you peace. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 So there's a Chenrezig in the heart of every one of us. So let's rise.